I had a question from group problem 3 on state 1 that a few groups asked, and I wanted to tell everyone because if a few groups asked, that means there's a lot of people that might be confused that don't know the answer. So state 1, we're trying to fill in this table for water. We have the temperature given and the specific volume given, and we need to figure out the pressure and the phase. And so I'm going to scroll down. I said I'd like to start in tables A4 and A5. Um, if I if I have these, if just to figure out where to start the saturated water tables, I'm given temperature, so I'm going to start in A4 because that starts with temperature, and I'm going to go down to 50 degrees Celsius. And look at this column, this row right here. Um, my specific volume is 7.72, and so that's somewhere in between this 0.001 and this 12. And so that means I am inside the steam dome. I'm somewhere between saturated liquid and a saturated vapor. So this table is the correct one to use. The confusion has been what pressure to use. Do you need to interpolate a pressure for this one? I'm going to show this picture that we looked at in class of the pressure versus volume diagram with these isotherms coming across, and we can see that inside the dome, the pressure for any given temperature, so this was like the 50 degree isotherm that I'm following with my cursor here, um, for any of those temperatures inside the dome, the pressure remains constant. So this pressure isn't changing depending on where I'm at between the saturated liquid line and the saturated vapor line. It's a constant. And that number is reported right here, 12.352. And so all I need to do, I don't need to do any interpolation or anything. All I need to do for the pressure is calculate that that's 12.352 because inside the dome, pressure and temperature are not independent. They're dependent on each other. For any temperature inside the dome, there's a corresponding pressure, and those are exact. And so if I scroll over to this other table, um, we can see that the same thing, 12.352. If I go down to um, about 12, I would get my temperature is somewhere between 10 and 15 kilopascals. My temperature is about 50 degrees. And so um, these are just plotting the data, these starting with pressure and then giving these temperature values. Um, this one starting with temperature and then giving pressure values.